Trigger warning, this short story contains themes of suicide. Tomorrow's Hug, written by Clelia Portsmouth, directed by Keith the Baby Rat. She'd decided that today would be the day. No notes, no goodbyes, no final sweeping gestures. Just the quiet exit she felt she'd earned after feeling so tired. Not the kind of tired sleep fixes, but the kind that lives in your bones, the kind that doesn't leave. She had tried the pills and the therapy, hot showers and cups of tea, thinking happy thoughts and taking time just for herself, but nothing worked. And she knew the only way she would ever have peace from her own thoughts was to never think again. But before she did it, she wanted to give her daughter one last hug. Claire was 16 now. She had grown up so fast. The mummies had turned to mum. Can I talk? Had turned to go away. She didn't need her anymore, and that was good, she guessed. That would make it easier for Claire to manage once she was gone. She didn't have anything to leave her, but if she could get a hug, a real one, the kind you remember years later without understanding why, maybe Claire would remember her for who she used to be, not the mess she'd turned into. So she stood by the door that morning, pretending it was normal. She waited, arms loose at her sides, trying to seem casual. Her daughter, halfway into her school blazer, glanced at her, rushed over and threw an arm around her waist, a distracted, lopsided hug, and was gone before she could even breathe it in. The door clicked shut. She stared at it for a while. Then she whispered, "I can't leave it like that." That wasn't a remember me hug. She told herself she'd do it tomorrow instead. Tomorrow she'd ask for a proper hug. And after that, she'd go through with it. She had everything ready in the spare room. What's one more day, she thought. But tomorrow came, and it was the same. A quick goodbye, half a squeeze, eyes already on a phone or bag or shoes. She started to protest, started to say something, anything to make her come back. But before the words left her lips, the door was swinging shut. "Not today, then," she murmured, almost amused at herself. Just one more day. Just one more hug. The third day, as her daughter slipped on her shoes, she was ready. She stood in front of the door, arms open. Claire raised an eyebrow. "Seriously?" "Seriously," she replied. She got her hug. Software. Warm, comforting. She prayed this would be the hug Claire remembered. She didn't want to let go. She knew as soon as she closed that door, it would be time. Time for true peace. Claire pulled away gently. She paused and turned back. "Mum, my school play's at 2:30. Can you try and make it to this one? I'm in it this time." She nodded before thinking, "Of course." She hadn't left the house since this damn depression had taken her hostage. She'd missed parents' evenings, plays, readings. The least she could do was give her this one. Not today either, she thought, as a smiling Claire trotted down the path. The play was sweet. The jokes were terrible. Her daughter beamed at her from the stage like she was the only person in the room. They had lunch afterwards, just the two of them. Her daughter laughed so hard she snorted lemonade through her nose. These fleeting moments of happiness didn't quite blanket her deep misery, though. It would take more than a few laughs to expel the demon living in her brain. "Okay," the woman thought. "Tomorrow." Tomorrow's hug was soft, long. Her daughter didn't rush. She thanked her for making the effort to come to her play the day before. She said she was happy she was trying to get better. She said, "I love you," before heading out. The woman stood there a little longer that day. That was a good one, she said to the empty hallway, tears brimming in her eyes. Her daughter thought she was trying to get better. But she didn't know there was no getting better from this kind of depression. How could she? She was only a child. Her only goal was to leave a good memory for her baby. She was done trying to get better. But still, she found herself waiting for tomorrow's hug instead. Because maybe that hug would be better than today's. Maybe that memory would be the one that felt good enough to leave Claire. Maybe. She never did it. She just kept waiting for tomorrow's hug. And somehow, tomorrow kept coming. Author's note. Depression is a lying, heavy bastard. It convinces you that you don't matter, that your absence would be neater than your presence. It makes you forget the soft power of tiny things like hugs, school plays, or lemonade laughter. This story isn't about instant healing. It's about surviving one more day, and then one more after that, and how sometimes that's enough. If you're struggling, please stay for tomorrow's hug. Someone might be waiting for yours too.